Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to Sugar Pills, your practical guide to self-care. So I am super excited. Today is the day. Today is the launch of the More Than Enough, the Self-Love course. It is here. It is dropped. Head down to the show notes, click that link, and grab the course. I am telling you, this course is the bomb. I put my heart, my soul into it. If you are ready to really commit to loving yourself on a deeper, more consistent and fulfilled level, then this is the course for you. I take you through creating the awareness around what your self-limiting beliefs are. Next, I take you through cultivating that shift from self-doubt to self-love, from lack to abundance. Then we really create a foundation of self-forgiveness, and then we lock it all in with practical ways to implement self-care and self-love on a daily and weekly and monthly basis. How do you actually apply this to your life in a meaningful way? Because that's what I'm all about on the podcast and in the course. So yes, it's here. More Than Enough, the self-love course. Click that link in the show notes and check it out. Grab it. Go get it. Let me know what you think. Next, I wanted to share a little bit more of my personal life with you guys. I always get that feedback. People always want more of my personal stories. So I guess I'll start sharing a little bit more about me. So I guess if you guys don't know, I live in Los Angeles, California. I'm an East Coast girl originally. Grew up on the East Coast in upstate New York, and then spent college in DC at Georgetown. Woo woo, go Hoyas. And yeah, so that's kind of a little bit more of my personal story. But as you guys all know, on Instagram, in my Instagram stories and on my Instagram account, I really get way more personal there, especially in the stories. I'm giving you all the behind the scenes on what's going on in my life, and it's just insane and crazy and fun. So always join me over on Instagram at Candy Washington to get that real behind the scenes look, personal tidbits in my life. But during the episode, I'll definitely share more personal stories, especially for today's episode, which is all about openness versus toxic positivity. I'll definitely share some stories on today's episode because this hits close to home, and I'm ready to tell you guys about that. The difference between being open and being positive to a toxic level. I know this is called Sugar Pills, but we're going to get in it. And don't forget to join us over on Patreon. We have the Self-Care Tribe there, which you will get exclusive content that's not available anywhere else. And you also get access to our Self-Care Tribe community on our private page. So yeah, head over to Patreon. That link is also in the show notes. And I also wanted to start showing you guys a little bit of love. So if you rate, and review this podcast, send me a screenshot of the review, email it to info@candywashington.com. That email will also be in the show notes. But again, it's info@candywashington.com. And I am going to send you a super secret, but very, very cool and juicy self-care gift as a thank you. So rate, and review this podcast, screenshot it, send it to me, email it to me, and I will send you a really cool gift just as a thank you. So I want to show you guys some love. And while we're showing love, don't forget to post yourself listening to this podcast, any insights you have, any aha moments. If you tag me, you tag at Candy Washington, I will repost you. So tag me and I will repost you. What is coming up for you during the episodes? What are you really loving? What's really resonating with you? I want to know. So yeah, tag me on Instagram at Candy Washington, either listening to the podcast or with some insight that you got from it. So with that, after sharing all the love, let's dive into today's episode, which is all about openness versus toxic positivity. So toxic positivity is when you have this mentality of fake it till you make it, or I'm just going to lie and tell myself that everything is okay when I'm not feeling good. And it's also feeling like you can't be honest about not feeling okay or being in a bad place or struggling with something. It's sort of that just plaster on a fake smile. Like, no, everything's fine. I am great. I am amazing. I am blessed. I am grateful. It's sort of that, like, just, again, it's like that icky, like, fake it, pretend. You can't really actually be authentic and actually be vulnerable because you're pretending to be positive and happy and everything's okay all of the time. And then we also, unfortunately, like with the wellness space and self-care space, we also then now have sort of this pressure to be namaste all the time and to be zen and to be, just like in the flow all the time. Trust me, I am totally that person. I'm all about the flow. I'm all namaste. I'm all zen. However, I am not a positive person. I don't believe in toxic positivity. I do not believe in fake it till you make it. I don't believe in lying to yourself. I believe in being open, having an openness mentality. And so let me really explain the difference to what that means. So fake it till you make it to me is like, oh, I have these affirmations and I have to lie to myself and say, I am beautiful, I am loved, I am worthy, I am all this, I am strong, I am confident, but you don't actually really believe that about yourself. We all struggle with self-esteem and self-confidence. That's what the course is actually all about. So I get it. I've struggled with it myself. I used to have really low self-esteem. I didn't even know I had it until I learned about the whole world of boundaries and codependency and what all of those things meant, and really honoring yourself and getting really, centered with making, your self-validation. So I didn't even know all that stuff until I got the awareness around it. But yeah, if you don't feel those things about yourself, if you don't feel like, if you wake up and you don't feel good, you don't feel good enough, you don't feel worthy, you don't feel, abundant or whatever, lying to yourself isn't going to change that. You can't get from, feeling bad to feeling good by lying to yourself that you feel good. That's only going to make you feel worse. You're going to feel like a fraud. You're going to feel like a fake. You're going to feel empty. And all of that is coming from a place of, almost like desperation in a place of emptiness, faking it till you make it. Who wants to fake anything? We all want to be authentic. So that's kind of like toxic positivity, where you're faking it till you're making it. You're lying to yourself with these affirmations. You're pretending to the world that everything is roses and great when you don't really feel that way because you feel the pressure to be positive and to be perfect. For me, I choose openness. So what that looks like for me is if I wake up and I don't feel good today, if I'm just like, today's going to be one of those days, I just don't feel good, nothing's working out, what I can then do instead of lying to myself and say, I feel amazing, I'm confident, I say, I am open to feeling confident today. I'm open to today working out for me. I am open to this being better than what it is or what I think it will be. I am open to learning how to love myself unconditionally. I am open to having higher self-esteem. I am open to receiving all of, the abundance and wealth that the universe has, for me. I am open to, learning something new today. I am open to, this going better for me. I am open to believing that all that which comes to pass is for my greatest good. So do you feel that difference? That toxic positivity is all about faking it, denying it, suppressing it, pretending, and lying. Openness is about acknowledging and honoring and then creating the space for things to show up in your favor and for things to turn around for you from a place of intentionality and a place of consciousness. So I'm not going to fake it. I'm not going to pretend that I feel good right now. I'm not going to pretend that things are going well right now. I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm not going to deny anything, and I'm not going to pretend anything. I am going to be open to the fact that things can change in my favor. I am going to be open to the fact that I can feel better. I'm going to be open to the fact that this is going to work out for me. And coming from a place of openness works across the board. For example, a couple of months ago now, I guess, I'm not even sure, like time is just insane right now. I was seeing this guy and I was kind of like, there's some like, red flags going on here. Like, I definitely like him. He's a great person, but there were things in the relationship that weren't settling right for me. And so instead of feeling like if I let me just pretend that everything is fine, and let me just pretend that everything is great, and let me just pretend that I don't have these feelings that I have. Let me just be happy, positive, go with the flow. Let's just see where it goes. Let's just be happy. Let's just see where it goes. That's faking it. That's pretending. But when you have those feelings of something isn't right here, something's kind of off, let me see what's going on. When you come from a place of openness, you can say, I am open to being honest about what I'm saying, and I'm open to whatever he has to say, working out for our better or not, because I'm open to the fact that regardless of how this goes, I'm open to being okay. Let me break that down a little bit more in case that was a little convoluted. You could be faced with a difficult decision. Do you speak up for yourself? Do you honor your truth in those uncomfortable, non-glamorous ways where you're not just pretending that everything is okay, but you're actually honoring those uncomfortable feelings that you have? You know, you're really putting forth what your boundaries and what your standards are, which can be very uncomfortable. So if you're coming from this place of toxic positivity where you feel like you have to just pretend everything is okay and nothing bothers you and everything's sunshine, then you can really struggle with honoring those uncomfortable feelings, those, intuition guides. But if you're open to saying, regardless of how this goes, whether I end up with him or not, I am open to being okay. That is coming from a place of intentionality, and that is coming to a place of empowerment, because you are saying, I'm going to honor how I feel right now. And I am open to that regardless of how this plays out. I'm not positive it's going to go one way. I'm not positive it's going to go another way, but I am open to however it goes working out in my favor. Take that, say you really want this job. Say you've been on the job hunt and it seems like this great, opportunity comes up for you. Go into the interview, from a place of empowerment, not, oh my God, I'm positive I'm going to get this. I'm positive I'm going to get this. Like, it's all going to work out for me. Sort of this like delusional loop that you have. Come from a place of, I am open to the fact that I know that what for me is mine. I am open to this working out. I am open to this going in my favor, but I'm also open to the fact that no matter what happens, I know that I will be supported and I know that I'm okay. I am open to that. I am open to, I am open to everything working out for me, but I don't have to fake or pretend that it has to work out in this particular way. So you're just open. You're open to the universe having your back. You're open to feeling better about yourself. You're open to learning how to love yourself unconditionally. You're open to, regardless of how the situation turns out, knowing that you're going to be okay. You're open to it. So for me, I am an open person. Open. To me, because that creates abundance of possibilities. If you are open to what is available and possible for you, that's infinite power, endless possibilities. If you are open, I am open and ready to receive. I am open and ready to receive. Rather than I am positive, I am faking it till I make it, I'm pretending everything the way it is perfect and good. If you're pretending that everything is great when it's not, then you're closed off to actually receiving the things that are great and good. So until you actually acknowledge the things that don't feel good or that aren't working, you can't create the intentional space and the level of consciousness to call in the things into your life that are for you. If you have to, just be tunnel vision and positive all the time and just upbeat all the time and just so sure all the time about this one thing and how it's going to be and it's all good, then you're so closed off to all of the love and abundance and possibility that's out there. But if you're just open, I'm open to this job working out for me, but I'm also open to the fact that if it doesn't, I know something better is out there for me. I'm open to, telling this guy how I really feel. If he's for me, then he will step up and be there for me. I'm creating the space for him to show up for me. And if he doesn't, that's okay. I know there's somebody else out there for me. I'm open to telling my friend, that she's a little draining at times. She's always complaining, she's always just an energy suck. I am open to, telling her those aspects that don't make me feel good about our friendship. And I want to create the space to have that dialogue with her so she can show up for me in a better way, so we can have a stronger friendship. But if that doesn't happen, then I'm open to finding new friends who can show up for me at the same level that I show up for them. Or it could sound something like, I woke up today and I just really didn't feel good about myself. I feel too fat. I feel too thin. My hair is too short. My hair is too long. My skin is too light. My skin is too dark. I'm too tall. I'm too short. Whatever it is, and you just don't feel good about yourself. Look in the mirror and say, I am open to learning how to love every part of myself. I am open to learning how to love you. And from that place of openness, and from that place of intentionality, that's where the true transformation and miracles happen, because then you'll find things to love about yourself. When you make that intention, I'm open to learning how to love myself unconditionally, you are open to that, you will start to find things about yourself that you didn't even realize you liked just to love. You're like, oh, I love that new dimple. Oh, I love the way my hair curls. Oh, I'm loving my thighs. You're open to it. So if you don't feel good that day, looking in the mirror and saying, I am beautiful, may not really resonate with you. It probably will have the opposite effect. It'll probably actually make you feel worse about yourself because you're coming from a place that's not authentic. So you look in the mirror and say, I am open to loving you unconditionally. I am open to discovering the things about myself that I find beautiful. I am open to feeling differently. I am open to the day going the way I want it to go. So forget being that toxic positivity. You don't have to fake anything until you make it. You don't have to pretend that you don't feel, uncomfortable, big, or negative emotions. You don't have to say affirmations that you don't really believe. I love affirmations, but again, say the affirmations from a place of openness, not from a place of lying to yourself. So I can say, like, I am open to learning how to love myself unconditionally. Create that space. That's the foundation. And then look at yourself and say, I am beautiful. I am confident. I am worthy. I am lovable. I am enough. But it's coming from the space of, I have the awareness that I don't feel good about myself, but I am open to feeling differently. I am open to feeling better about myself. So from that place, then do your affirmations. You see, you can feel the difference. I acknowledge I don't feel good about myself right now, but I'm open to changing the way I feel. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am enough. I am confident. Versus, I'm just going to pretend that I don't have these negative feelings and I'm great. I'm beautiful. I'm enough. No. Intentionality matters. Consciousness matters. Awareness matters. Acknowledgement matters. So, yeah, come from a place of openness, not from a place of toxic positivity. I am not a positive person. I'm not. I am loving. I'm joyful. I'm kind. I'm witty. I'm sarcastic. I'm loyal. I'm not positive, but I am extremely open to everything working out for me. I am extremely open to loving myself unconditionally. I am extremely open to calling in my life partner. I am extremely open to having amazing career opportunities flow into my life that I did not even have to work for. See how good that feels? You are open to endless possibility and abundance. So, I hope you liked today's episode of Sugar Pills, all about openness versus toxic positivity. And are you open to liking, rating, and reviewing our podcast? Take that screenshot, email it to me, info@candywashington.com, and I will send you an awesome free gift. More Than Enough, the self-love course, has officially launched. Woohoo! Again, check out the link in the show notes and grab the course. Let me know what you think. Join us on Instagram @candywashington.